We are live. Okay, so I kind of hate to make this announcement because I don't. Anyway, but I feel like we're pretty good set up for coronavirus, don't you think?
Yeah.
We have next week off for spring break.
Donovan Mitchell's
Hopefully.
got it, so we're all done.
What'd you say?
Donovan Mitchell's got it, so we're all done.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, he just tested positive.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it just got released like 2 minutes ago.
Okay, so anyway, so I don't know what's going to happen after spring break. It's kind of good that today's our last day, right? We
Yes.
can all bunker down and whatever. Here's what I'm going to say, okay? Just to be a little bit serious here. So next week we're off. Hopefully everything will be all better in a week. If it's not, and if it's worse, okay, and if they cancel classes, well, here's what's good. I can set up. I'll probably use Zoom if I can, but we you guys are used to me talking on camera anyway, and so if I have to do this from my home, I'll probably be posting announcements on Canvas, and we can probably do some lectures. I think I can get a free Zoom room. We'll find out. Maybe the university will offer it, and then we can actually interact on online if necessary. Now, the other thing is that I just want to mention. So the problem is, how do we do tests and quizzes? I can create online quizzes. I don't like to, but I can. It's a lot more work for me. And so if that happens, plan on, unless the university says something different, but I don't see how they would disagree with me. Plan on, I'll check in Canvas. I'll probably post a Zoom room where you guys can interact and ask questions. We'll probably have it from 9 to 9:50, just like our regular normal class time. I will probably, in that case, post online quizzes. Probably the online quizzes will be due, so let's pretend that a week from Monday, they cancel classes and we meet online virtually. On Tuesday, well, maybe even Monday, probably Monday, I would put an online quiz that would be due at 9 a.m. And then the nice thing about that is you'd get instant feedback. And then when we start class on 9 a.m., you'd be like, hey, what was wrong with number 3 on the quiz or whatever. And so we can talk about that and do that. So tests, I don't know if the testing center will be open. So that'll be kind of tricky. We'll see. Hopefully the world will calm down after spring break and we'll be okay. So I'm very disappointed about Donovan Mitchell, though. I did not know that. And I have to tell you, I was at Denny's last night when I found out the Jazz game got canceled, and I was angry. Anyway, so I didn't hear that. What was that?
Beautiful. I'm not a fan of Denny's. Don't mind me.
Okay, well. But the kids eat free after 4, so that's why I'm a fan of Denny's. And my kids love pancakes. Josh.
What if they cancel NCAA tournaments?
What if they canceled the NCAA tournament? You would at least get 1 point for trying.
Yay.
1 point for trying and 3 points for doing your simulation. So you can at least, those would be the easy points anyway. So just do it and you can get 4 extra credit points as a minimum. And even if they do it and you suck, you can still get 4 extra credit points. So, yeah. Now, the one thing that I do want to mention, since I mentioned that, when you post on Canvas, I think I actually watched my video, I guess it was from last year. Make sure that you tell me your username. If you're Pink Fairy Princess, because I've had somebody that was their username, that's fine. But I don't know who Pink Fairy Princess is. So tell me that it's, Noki or something. Okay? So say, Noki is Big Bad Dude or something, whatever. Then list your Final Four teams, list who you have in the finals, and then list who your national championship is. I still want you to post it on ESPN because ESPN tracks it a whole lot easier. It'll be fun. What'd you say?
You can get paid for it too, don't you? It's like with the lottery. Like people.
Oh yeah, I would. I mean, you can. You're not going to win, but whatever. Yeah, if you want to get all that spam email from Allstate and all that, yeah, sign up. I don't care. That's not part of my thing. But yeah, if you can win, It's too bad because Warren Buffett used to offer $1 billion and then they sued him and he couldn't do it anymore.
We get points for score, like the championship score.
I'm not gonna do that, but that will be a tiebreaker when you win that All-State $1 million or whatever they're doing, okay?
It's easier for the NFL.
Yeah, so, but good luck with that, so. I've never had anybody get all 4 Final Four teams right, okay? But just so you know, I've been doing this for, what, at least 3 or 4 years, I can't remember. So anyway, let's move on to section 5.5. Okay, so now we're going to start graphing inequalities, okay? So if I had x squared plus y squared is less than 25, okay? First of all, what does that look like, Patrick?
The graph.
Yeah, what does the graph look like?
Fancy circle.
A fancy circle, okay? So it's going to be a circle of radius
I want to say 5.
5, right? It's the square root of that number, so 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if this was an equal sign, normally we would put a solid line here, just like that, right? Now, since it's less than, and it's not equal to, what changes do you think that makes? It's going to be a dotted line. So the nice thing about doing this on a whiteboard is it's easy to erase. Okay, so you've got a dotted line, and less than would mean I would shade the outside or the inside? The inside, okay? So we'll shade the inside, okay? So this is pretty easy, right? Okay? All right, let's do another one. How about x plus 2y is less than or equal to 5? Okay? So, Caitlin, I think it must be your turn. Oh, man. Okay, so what do you think? Hopefully I can get a whiteboard if we have a Zoom room. Say it again?
It's going to be a line.
It's going to be a line, right? Because these are both x at the first and y at the first. Okay, it's going to be a straight line. Very good. I'm glad you identified that right off the bat. Now, you know how to graph it easily, quickly and easily?
Well, it's going, there's going to be the y-intercept at 5 halves.
Okay, because if you set x equals 0, 2y equals 5, so divide by 2, y equals 5 halves, which is 2.5. So y is 2.5. 1, 2, 3, 2.5. Okay.
And it has a slope.
And if y equals 0, x equals 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it was just a regular equals, we'd do a solid line like that, right? Okay. Now, do I need to make it a dotted line? No, because I do have an equals here, right? So it's going to be a solid line. And which side do I shade? Now, if you don't know, here's the easy thing to do. Okay? The easiest thing to do, especially since 0, 0 isn't part of your line, is pick the point 0, 0. Okay, if I pick the point 0, 0, those two will fall out, right? Is 0 greater than or equal to 5? No, that's a false statement. So you're going to shade the upper side of the line or the lower side of the line? The upper side of the line. Because all of these will make it a true statement, okay? 0, 0 makes it a false statement. So you do not shade that. Does that make sense? And that's usually the easiest thing to do is pick 0, 0. Unless it goes through 0, 0, then you got to pick some other point. Okay? So that's the easiest thing to do to know which side to shade. Okay? How about, okay, let's do 2. I'm going to erase this. How about x squared plus y squared is less than 25, and x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 5. Oh wow, we just did both of those, didn't we? Maybe I shouldn't have erased my graph. Okay? But Landon remembers how to graph that first one, even though I just erased it.
I do. It's gonna be a fancy circle.
Fancy circle of radius
5.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be a dotted line, so I'll just dot it this time. I'm not going to worry about shading it, but it would be shading the inside so far. And then Milky, what does this look like?
It's gonna look like the one on the right.
Just like that, right? Okay. So we've got going up to 2.5. We're going to 5. Oh, I didn't draw that very well. Anyway, it's going to be a line. It's going to be a solid line like that. Okay. So we're going to shade inside the circle, and then we're going to shade above the line. So we're just going to shade this piece here. Okay. Now, once again, if you're not sure on this one, the easiest thing to do is to pick 0, 0, okay? Now, if you pick 0, 0 on the top one, okay, is 0 less than 25? Is that a true statement?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so that's true. Is 0, 0 greater than or equal to 5? That's a false statement. Okay, so you know that one, so while it works for one, it doesn't work for the other. It doesn't work for the other, okay? So that'll help you figure out where to shade as well, okay? All right, so oh, this is good. You guys love it when I say that, right? All right. Okay, x plus 3y less than or equal to 12. X plus y less than or equal to 8. X greater than or equal to 0. Y greater than or equal to 0. Okay. All right, Mary, it must be your turn. I'll bet you this is nice and easy. I'll bet you can graph that one really easily. What would that be?
Just on 0, 0.
Say it again?
Like on 0, 0.
Well, we're just doing y is greater than 0, right?
Okay.
So if it said y equals 0, what would it look like?
It would be a line on
It would be a line, it would be a straight line here on the axis, right? Okay, and we would shade which side? If it's greater than 0, it's the top side or the bottom side? So we're going to shade the top side. Okay, I'm going to do these in different colors. Hopefully I have enough colors. Okay, x greater than or equal to 0. We'll do that one in green, and it must be Mauricio's turn. What does that look like? He's got me tuned out because he's watching his phone.
It's your turn.
It's your turn. I've got to get you back interested in this class. You're not talking about coronavirus, all right? I didn't think so. Okay? So x greater than or equal to 0, what does that look like if you were to graph it?
It's in a straight line.
Straight line where?
Like in the middle, like.
Yep, on the axis. It's going to be a straight line. Is it going to be a solid line? Okay. And which side would you shade?
The right side.
The right side. Very good. So we'll shade this side. Okay. All right. Now let's see here. Max, it must be your turn. Let's just move up. We're going to pick a different color. The different color is red. X plus y less than or equal to 8. What does that look like?
The y-intercept would be at 8.
So if I set x equals 0, or excuse me, y equals 0, x equals 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if I set x equals 0, y equals 8 as well. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to connect those. Is it going to be a solid line? Solid line, that's correct. And we want it to be less than. So am I shading above the red line or below the red line? Below. Okay, so I'm going to shade this. Okay. And then finally, my last color is blue. Okay. So let's see here. It must be Chris's turn. Chris, what does that look like?
Divided 3.
Okay, so if I set y equals 0, x equals 12. So that's 8. Keep going out here. 9, 10, 11, 12. If I set x equal to 0, y equals, no, well, 3y equals 12. Divided by 3, so y equals 4. Okay? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is also a straight line. It's going to look like this. Okay? We want this to be less than or equal to 12. So am I going to shade above the blue line or below the blue line? Below the blue line. So that's going to be this area here. Okay? So now, I guess I can erase everything that does not have all 4 colors, right? So I'm going to erase this purple. That doesn't belong anymore. I'm going to erase this green. And I'm going to erase this stuff here. And I'm going to erase that green as well. Okay? So I just want the piece that's in between there. Okay? Now, you guys want a good bonus question?
Yeah.
Can you figure out what this point is right here? This point where the red and the blue intersect. Well, I didn't need to erase my X there. How would I figure out what this point was?
We can do substitution.
Substitution.
Yeah.
With the first and the second one. So what would I do?
Minus, times what my minus?
Oh,
and
and
then
then
my minus.
minus some of the equations, and then just you're going to have
You minus the y.
So if we subtract the y from the second equation,
Yeah, you get x.
so this becomes x equals 8 minus y, right?
Yeah, and plug that into the
And at this point, we want to know where the red and the blue line are equal, right? Okay.
Elimination would just be easier.
yeah.
So then I could subtract 3y. And I could say x equals 12 minus 3y, right? So now I can set, since these are x's and they're equal, then I can just set 12 minus 3y equal to 8 minus y. Subtract 8, add 3y, and I'm going to get 4 equals 2y divided by 2, y equals 2. Okay? So y equals 2, which is right about where I drew that. If y equals 2, what does x equal?
6.
X equals 6. So that point is 6, 2. Okay? All right, piece of cake. You guys liking this a lot better than partial fractions?
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
It
Anytime.
translates into itself.
What's that?
It translates into itself a little bit. Like there's a few different alternatives.
All right, let's see here. How about, we'll do one more. How about, let me erase this. X plus 2y greater than or equal to 8. Negative x plus 2y is less than or equal to 4. 3x minus 2y less than or equal to 8. Okay? So, Sarah, it must be your turn. Which one do you want to graph? So I picked on you first. What do you pick? Which one do you want to graph first?
The first one.
The first one. Okay, how do you graph that?
Well,
I already picked on Mary. It's a good thing I picked on you already, huh? Okay.
I would substitute x for 0,
Okay, if x equals 0, y equals
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And I would do the same for y.
Y equals 0, x equals
8.
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is it going to be a solid or a dash line?
Solid.
Solid line. And if we want it to be greater than, or actually, what do you think? Which side do I shade?
So I would plug in 0 for both x and y.
So 0, 0. So is 0 greater than or equal to 8?
No.
No, so that point is a false point, so I'm going to shade
Yep.
the upside. Okay, so we're going to shade the upper side. Okay, we'll pick another color for another one, and we will pick on Danae. Danae, you get to pick the letter green, or color green. Which one do you want? Do you want the second equation or the third equation?
Let's do the second one.
Second one, in green, okay. So how do you graph that?
I'm gonna solve for x.
Well, actually, you don't need to solve for x. You can just plug in x equals 0. See, the way these are written, it's easier to pick the intercepts, right? So if I pick x equals 0, y equals 2. And if I pick y equals 0, x equals negative 4, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. Solid or dash line?
Solid.
It's going to be a solid line. It's going to look like this. Do I shade the upper side or the lower side? How do you know?
Lower side, because 0 is less.
If you pick 0, 0, that's going to be 0. Is 0 less than 4? Yes, so you're going to shade the lower side. Okay, and then our last color goes to Camilla. We're going to use red.
You can just plug in 0, so x would be 8/3.
So if I plug x equals 0, y is?
Y is negative, or it's, yeah,
Negative
negative 4.
4. Y is negative 4. 2, 3, 4. So we're using red for this one. And if y is 0, x is?
8/3.
X is 8/3, which is almost 9, right? No, it's almost 3. 8/3. So x is 8/3, so that's almost 3, so about right there. Okay? So we're going to draw, whoops. Let's try that again. Okay. Now, how do we decide which side to shade?
You can put in 0 for x and y, and 0 is not, or
Is
it's
0 less than or equal to 8? Okay, so do I shade this? Yes, I'm going to shade all this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I get to erase everything that doesn't have all 3 colors. So we get to erase all this. Okay. And let's see, so we've got blue. You can't see very much blue, but there's actually more blue in here. And I get to erase all this, right? Okay. So it's just this little tiny triangle here, right? Now, can we find all 3 points on that triangle? How? What did you say?
We can use a same substitution like that method with all
We can do substitution like we did over here, okay?
Yeah, actually the top ones, they're already kind of set up.
All right, so the blue and the green line, this is the blue line, right? We could add those together, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna treat these as equals. So the x's are gonna fall away, and I'm gonna be left with 4y equals 12. So y equals 3, right? So y equals 3, and then I can plug it into either of the top 2 equations, right? So x plus 2 times 3 is less, well, I'm just saying it's equal now, equal 8, because we want to know where they're equal. Okay, subtract 6, x equals minus 2. X equals minus 2, positive 2. Okay, so that's pretty good because I drew that at 2 and at 3. That's pretty close. Okay, so this point here is 2, 3. Now, how do I find another point? Logan, it must be your turn.
You do it for like another set of equations.
Another set of equations. We could do these two, right?
Yeah, solve for y.
So this is the green and the red equation, so that's going to be this point here. So we could add those together, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to get
2x
2x equals 12, right?
12.
Divided by 2, x equals 6. Plug that into either one. We can do this one so it keeps positive. 3 times 6 minus 2y equals 8. Subtract 18. Negative 2y equals negative 10. Divided by negative 2. Y equals 5. And so that's going to be 5. Y is 5. And x is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that 5, that was off a little bit, but anyway. So that's 6, 5. And you can do the other one with the other two equations for time. Okay? So, stay healthy and coronavirus free over spring break.
We'll try.
Unlike Donovan and Rudy.
I'm doing $1,000
And Tom Hanks.
the vaccine.
Did you hear Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
Okay, and watch Canvas Sunday night, because after they do those, I'll probably have it up by 8 or 9 o'clock. I'll have your brackets up. See y'all.